Hey everyone, my name is Junaid and I'm a graduate data analyst working for a financial services firm in central London. Now, I get a lot of questions asking how would someone transfer into data analytics from another industry? And today we'll be diving into that topic, transitioning into data analytics from another industry. Whether you're coming from finance, whether you're coming from healthcare, whether you're coming from sales, whatever industry you're coming from, it can be really confusing. But I'm here to try and help simplify the process as much as I can and help you navigate that journey to make it much easier. Now, first off, let's talk about why you might want to switch into data analytics in the first place. The industry definitely gives you high salaries. There's a certain prestige about being a data analyst. There are ample career opportunities and progression within the industry. The data analytics field is growing rapidly in businesses across all sectors, looking for data analysts to join their ranks and help them make data-driven decisions. Economics, healthcare, businesses, finance, these are just some of the industries that are hiring the most data analysts in 2024. Career Foundry estimates that the data analyst job market is predicted to grow by 23% from 2022 to 2023. And that growth is much higher than any other industry. It's far above average. And in the firm I work in financial services, we get exposure to a lot of different industries. The insurance, actuarial, investment, etc. And the firm I work for, they've hired 3 data analysts ever since I joined. Any data analysts that get hired, they get plugged straight into the projects that we have ongoing. So I can see the demand firsthand. And I would say there still aren't enough of us. In large projects that we do, the bottleneck is often the number of data analysts you have available. There's enough project managers, there's enough computer scientists, there's enough economists, enough researchers. The bottleneck always happens to be there aren't enough data analysts, and it's gotten to the point where clients have to create a business case and present it to senior leadership if they want us to be prioritizing their piece of work or a particular project. We've got so much work currently ongoing. Now, if you're already established within another industry, it may be worth considering whether data analytics is right for you. That's step number 1. You don't want to up and leave an industry that you're well established in or you have experience in and then find out that data analytics isn't for you. You'll have wasted a lot of time and effort into becoming a data analyst. And if it's ultimately something you don't want to realize in the long term, then it's important to be able to figure that out as early as possible. So what does a data analyst actually do? A data analyst collects, analyzes, and presents data to help businesses, clients, or organizations make informed data-driven decisions. Now, there are a couple of points you might want to consider here. Are you naturally curious and inquisitive? Your role as a data analyst is to be curious about data. You'll be delving into a lot of data, trying to find trends and patterns, and so naturally you have to be inquisitive and questioning of the data that you have. Do you take a logical and analytical approach to solving problems? To be able to draw fact-based conclusions from large sets of data, you need to be able to think critically and logically. Do you like maths, in particular, working with numbers and statistics? Now, this one I seem to get a lot of feedback on, that data analysts don't need to use much maths. At least for me, I work in financial services. There's share price, net short positions, there's financial ratios, EBITDA, EBIT. There are countless strings of numbers you have to deal with on a daily basis. Adding them, dividing them, when you're calculating financial ratios, when you're applying statistical methods to large data sets for linear regression, for example, that's all maths as well. So you have to be adept at manipulating numbers, and you have to be comfortable working with numbers and data. And also, are you comfortable with a constant stream of communication? Now, as a data analyst, you'll be constantly presenting, collaborating, and communicating with a range of external, internal clients and stakeholders and other members of your team. So you have to be comfortable with communication. Okay, so let's say you've decided it's for you. You want to transition into data analytics. Now, there are 2 sets of skills that you'll either have to develop or be able to demonstrate. These are split into technical skills and soft skills. Technical skills includes proficiency in tools like SQL, Excel, and programming languages like Python or R. And there's also the Power BI and Tableau side of things for data visualization. Now, the technical skills are important, but I would argue the soft skills are just as, if not even more important. I consider communication to be the most important skill for a data analyst or any type of analyst working in financial services. I've made a video, I'll link it up. There. Critical thinking, problem solving, and communication are key skills that I use on a daily basis. You'll need to be comfortable presenting complex ideas and facts to a range of non-technical stakeholders or clients or even CEOs, and you'll need to be comfortable collaborating with teams across your organization. Now, one of the biggest advantages you have when you're transitioning from another industry is your domain knowledge. For example, if you're transitioning in from a finance role, let's say you were training to be an accountant beforehand, then your financial knowledge, your knowledge of the structure of annual reports and company filings, that will be invaluable in analyzing financial data. So take some time, write down your previous experience, how you can apply it to the role you want to apply to, and leverage your expertise and experience to be able to stand out in the market. Now, I always tell the story about the time when I was a sales assistant at a suit store and how I used that experience to show how I would deal with clients, or how I've dealt with clients in the past, and how I used that in my interview to land my current role. There are so many demonstratable skills that you can apply and transfer into a data analytics domain, and that, I think, is the key differentiator between someone who's applying for their first job and someone who has experience, albeit within a completely different industry. Now, it's a tough industry to get into, and because of that reason, you'll want to tick off as many boxes as you possibly can. Now, it'll be much easier to progress to next stages of interviews and stand out to employers if you have a formal qualification, be it an online course or a Python certification. I'll link some really good ones down in the description below. Career Foundry offer a free introductory data analytics course. edX have courses on computer science and technical subjects like Python programming, HTML, which are both great as starters. If you're after something a little bit more full fat, something more complete from beginning to end, I've partnered with Springboard to bring you their data analytics bootcamp. A bootcamp is a great way to transition from another industry. There's a senior analyst in our team who was a salesman previously. He did a bootcamp in data analytics. He specialized in Python, and that was one of the main reasons he was able to get the role in our team. There's also the Microsoft Certified Data Analyst Associate certificate and the Google Data Analytics Professional certificate as well. Those are great. They can enhance your resume and they can show your commitment to pursuing a role to employers. Now, if you want me to review any of the courses I've mentioned or any other course that you might have in mind, let me know down in the comments. The reason I push for formal qualifications for all the people I help is because it shows employers that you're able to commit to something, you're able to pursue a tangible qualification, and that you're capable of seeing something through from beginning to end and achieving a set goal. Building a portfolio. Now, a strong portfolio is essential in today's job market, especially when transitioning from another industry. In today's job market, a strong portfolio is essential. And that's why I tend to like recommending certain boot camps, because throughout the time you're completing your boot camp, you'll undoubtedly do a numerous number of projects, which you can then add and build into your portfolio. So essentially, as you're gaining a qualification, you're also ticking the box of building a portfolio. So work on personal projects, or even I've been able to recommend to certain people to find some freelance opportunities. You can get paid for them and you're building your portfolio, which is your main aim. So build a body of work that showcases the skills and qualifications that you have. Some employers even ask for a link to your GitHub page during the interview process, so a strong portfolio is key. Make sure you can understand each project within your portfolio as well. You don't want to include a project that you did 2 years ago and you can't explain to a prospective employer. If they pull up your GitHub page during the interview, you need to be able to explain each project within your portfolio as well. So make sure you stay up to date with your portfolio. Make sure you refresh yourself on everything you've included there. And finally, networking. Networking is crucial in any career transition. I would join data analytics communities on LinkedIn. I would follow data analysts who are in the roles that you want to be in. I would reach out to them, ask them questions, ask them tailored and specific questions. I think reaching out to people, you'll be surprised at how willing people are to help, and seek out mentorship opportunities. Now, connecting with professionals in the industry you want to join can be such an invaluable source of information that you can refer back to in any interview. You can use it to tailor your resume or CV, and reaching out to people is one of the main reasons I was able to land my job. I was able to incorporate the entire bank of information that people gave me. I was able to combine those tips with my own experience and put my best foot forward in interviews. I've made a whole video about how to use LinkedIn for data analysts, how to optimize your profile. I'll link that video up there again. But reaching out to people is something I recommend highly. I think you'll be surprised at how willing people are to help. Now, transitioning into data analytics, breaking into the industry, it's challenging regardless of what industry you're coming from. But I think one key unfair advantage someone who's transitioning has is the experience they've built up within their own industry. Someone who's trying to break into data analytics from scratch has a much harder job. But by understanding the role, acquiring the necessary skills, soft skills and technical skills, by leveraging your previous experience and building a strong project portfolio, you improve your chances much more. Now remember, persistence is a key part of landing a job in this industry. I think I applied to circa 150 jobs before I was able to land the role I'm currently in. Now, if you want to understand more about my journey and how I navigated becoming a data analyst, I've made a video about it. I think the video is now 2 years old. If you want to check that out, I'll link that up there. I've detailed my experience from start to finish in that video. That's all for this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. I hope this video was useful. If it was, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.